But yeah, no, it was great. Good call. So here I'm going to go into the chat and great meeting today, you guys. And I appreciate you guys had some good questions. I think we had some good dialogue. One of the questions that was asked in the chat here, so I'm just going to record this here. I'm going to record it so I can send it out to you guys. And I'm also going to send it out to some other agents that I help. I'm going to send it out to the Power Group. For those of you that don't know, that myself and share and a couple of other people, a couple of agents, Cheryl and Sharon, they and myself work a Power Group out of the Santa Clarita Valley, and we network once a month with agents. And our network group is different than some of the other network groups in the matter that we're not just pitching listings and stuff, that we're actually trying to add value to some of the agents, hoping there's a resource we can network. And right now in particular, be prepared as we all know that the market is doing some sort of a shift. And who knows where that shift goes, how that shift is, but there is a shift, right? So here's what I want to do. I'm going to discuss, I'm going to answer the question. So the question really was, Elgin, you know, we're just getting started. We're newer into the business. Another person said they were changing their fields, but that they're concerned because they ain't getting lead generation. Concerned with the fact that they don't have a lot of money yet, not sure what to do, that their budgets are really short, and they're willing to roll up their sleeves to try to get deals now. So I'm just going to give a couple quick ideas. These are very quick. They're simple ideas, and they're boring. They're boring. Okay, real estate is not this sexy HGTV field every day where you're running around looking at $65 million houses and you're doing deals, you know, at Ruth Chris and different steakhouses, and you sit in front of the agent, you call and get up from the table and you go put a deal together. I mean, you know, God bless you if you're able to build your business that way. I'm not hating. Okay, I am hating, but just a little bit. A lot of what real estate is about consistency. It's not sexy. The only thing you've heard me say which is sexy about it is the checks. The checks can be sexy. Everything else can be a grind. So here's a couple of things that I suggest that you do, particularly if you're money challenged for budget, your money challenged as far as being able to do certain type of marketing things, or you just believe in just rolling your sleeves up a little bit more and being a little bit more involved. And you're maybe a single agent, solo agent, like my wife and I are, and see if these things work for you. Here's one of the first things I would tell you is you need to spend at least 80% of your time doing some sort of lead generation and marketing. 80% of your time. I mean, you ain't got nothing else to do. You ain't got nothing else to do. 80% of the time looking for opportunities to get in front of potential clients, build relationships, getting appointments, and obviously preferably those appointments leading to opportunities to get closed transactions. So you want to spend 80% of your time doing that. The other 20%, you can do other things. Your education is important as well. Make sure you know how to write contracts. Make sure you know some of those things. But 80% of the time, you should be spent in trying to get business and building your pipeline. Now, here's a couple of quick ideas that I think that you do. And I will tell you that I have either done and or still do these things today after all the years I've been in business. So the first thing you should do is you need to make yourself a list. You need to make yourself a list, and that list should be a minimum of 100 people. You should make a list of 100 people minimum. And that a list means their names, their addresses, their phone numbers, preferably their email addresses. And we're talking about 100 people that know you. What do I mean they know you? I mean, you know, you pick up the phone and call them and you say, hey, it's Elgin, and they know who I am. That's what I mean by that. Now you can add people to the list, like maybe you go to the same grocery store and you know someone, maybe you go to the same car wash or gas station. Any of that is cool as well. But in that part of building a relationship, you want to make sure that they know who you are and what you do. Okay. You want to build a list of 100 people. And in my opinion, if you can, take those same 100 people and if they're on Facebook, if they're on LinkedIn, make sure that you friend them. Okay, make sure you friend them on social media. Now, what I would suggest is that you want to, quote unquote, touch these 100 people 3 times a month. Now, what do I mean by touch? I mean 3 times a month, they get some sort of correspondence with you, text, email, personal notes, phone calls, whatever the case may be. And each one of those, particularly the phone calls, do not have to be just real estate based. Remember, when you're touching people, as we call it, you are building and strengthening the relationship. That is as important as an appointment, is building these relationships. I know it can be boring. I know it can be slow, but it also can add and give you much more quality to your list. So you want to do that. Build your list and write them. Personal notes, all of that. Here's something that I think that you can do, and I very simple, and you can do this each day, 5 days a week. Okay, each day, 5 days a week, and you can start this from your list. Oh, and one of the reasons why you want to use your list of at least 100 people is, remember that you're not only looking to just get business or opportunities from the 100 people. What you're also trying to do is you're building a relationship so those 100 people will refer you to someone else. Don't forget family. Don't forget good friends. Don't forget schoolmates, college, high school, whatever. Don't forget them. You want to be top of mind with any of these people. Top of mind. Mind basically has, room for 2 people doing a certain thing. If you think about it, if you go for a potato chip and it's going to be what, Ruffles or Lay's, or if it's Coke or if it's Diet Coke, it's Coke or Pepsi. You want to keep your mind there so that the consumer considers you of one of the top 2 people when they think of real estate. Because if you're one of the top 2 people, you now eliminated a whole lot of competition up front. And now your only real competition is probably one other person. And now you just have to prove that you can have a better skill set and or can provide them a better service than hopefully probably only one other person in most cases. All right. So anyway, you want to do that. If you can get at least 100 people and you consistently touch them 3 times a month, more than likely than not, there are 12 transactions in 12 months that are there in that list. That doesn't mean the first month you're going to get 5 or 6 transactions. When you really think about it, we're talking 1 a month, right? But if you can get 12 transactions out of the list that I'm just mentioning to you, and it's pretty much just labor intensive, but you're not really spending a lot of money, blah, 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 et cetera, and you have 12 opportunities depending upon your price points and where you're at, where you're doing your real estate business from. A lot of people could quit their other jobs, or they're making really good extra money depending upon what your gross and your net commissions are. So what are the things that you can do daily? And you can do them off this list and or other people that maybe not on your list yet that you're contacting and building and adding to your list, your people farm, your circle of influence farm, your social farm. And here we go. All right. So one is, I can't see anymore. I'll put my glasses on just for a minute. You want to make 5, and I do these in 5s, right? There's a couple of coaches out there that talk about this too. And I actually started doing this before I heard one of them who's very popular. Well, Tom Ferry. And I went to one of Tom's events a few years ago and saw that he was doing this, and it let me know I was on the right track, by the way. So every day, do at least 5 texts. 5 texts people in your database, people that you know, just 5 texts. You also want to do 5 emails. Preferably, in my opinion, 5 video emails. Let people see you, let them hear you. Even if they don't listen to what you have to say, they see you, they delete you, but you basically kind of touch them, right? It's kind of like sending out a postcard that just gets thrown in the mail, thrown away from the mail, but they saw your face and your picture, so they know Elgin sent them something this month. Elgin just sold blah, 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 and they throw it in the trash, right? Or same thing with a video email, but guess what? Didn't cost you any real money, right? 5 personal notes. You should write 5 personal notes every day and just saying hello, just touching people, putting your card in there. Maybe sometimes you give a Starbucks card if you can, some sort of a thank you note. You know, someone that did something for you. It doesn't have to be, you know, grand. Somebody was just really nice and somebody you were thinking about. If you happen to have past clients, whatever, but do 5 of those a day, right? Make 5 phone calls. Make 5 phone calls a day. And lastly, excuse me, I added this. You should do 5 Facebook messages to people a day. And actually, that's the easiest one, because if you build up your base, you know, your people that you know you're dealing with in Facebook, I mean, it can just be a birthday wish. Instead of just putting happy birthday on their news feed, maybe you put happy birthday in their messenger. And if you really bold, maybe you put it as a video in their messenger. Some of you know that I do that, and I've actually slacked off here in 2022. That's a goal. I've got to get back on that. But these things work. And just for the record, how much money has it cost you? It hasn't cost you anything. Now, when you add in those 5 Facebook messages, that's 5, 5, 5. You're really talking about 25 touches a day, right? So you do 25 touches a day, 5 days a week. What's that? 125 people that you touched a week. Multiply that by 4, right? You getting my drift? So now you're consistently, what you're doing is you're building that momentum. You're building building the awareness of what you do, getting more people to trust you, look for you as their personal real estate advisor, and you're starting to build yourself a book of business that you can continuously work and use to get more opportunities. Don't get me wrong, there's a whole lot of other ways to do this. There are a whole lot of other things you can do. There are things that this can evolve from. But for the question that I was asked after, you know, after today's mastermind and today's training, was some things that you could do, particularly if you were new or you were just starting, and or you know your budget was small. These are things that you can do. Hope it was helpful. Look forward to seeing you guys at the next training. For those of you that are not part of the Power Group, but maybe would like to come, hey, reach out to the Power Group on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and someone will have to accept you. And assuming that that is the case, then there's opportunities there for you to network with some great agents from different companies here locally in the Santa Clarita Valley. It's a Santa Clarita group. And we also have some in-person meetings that are great. I think you guys will enjoy it. Needless to say, if you guys have some questions and or you're looking for some personal one-on-one type coaching and training, or some of the mastermind groups that I'm doing, reach out to me personally. I'll talk to you about what we're doing and how we're doing that and what the requirements are. And with that being said, God bless, good luck, have great weeks, stay safe, stay healthy, keep the grind going in a positive direction. Take care, everybody. Much, much, much love, y'all. Peace.